everybody, this is Stratagem, and today we're gonna watch 2 more episodes of DWK's Totally Legit recap series. The episodes for today will be Discordant Harmony and Fame and Misfortune. No, I didn't skip over any episodes, there just are no recaps for the episodes 11 and 13, at least not at the moment. So if he decides to make recaps for those episodes at some point, we will do them later. For now we'll just move on as best as we can. So first off, Discordant Harmony. I think it's one of the best Reformed Discord episodes, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Reformed Discord. And neither is DWK, so this is probably going to be interesting. So without further ado, let's get going.
Oh great, it's a Discord episode. My favorite. You know what? Fuck the music, forget the intro, let's just get this over with.
Total shit show,
Okay.
indeed.
So, we're hanging out at the Flutter Shack and Discord is just kicking back, having some tea with his waifu. So already I'm mad because he has the one thing I never will. A chance. Then again, even if we did get to meet our waifus and potentially court them, how many of us would really have a chance?
Yeah.
So, these two are hanging
Probably.
out and verbally filleting each other like there's no tomorrow, and Discord's just like, oh god, yes, Fluttershy, you are so good at tea parties. And she's all, yeah, baby, say it again. Oh, fuck me, these sandwiches are so good, you're a fucking artist. I mean,
yeah.
it's not even that
Oh, we have me
work. Oh,
innuendos over tea parties here.
artist. Yeah, almost there. Oh, such a gracious host. Anyway, he finishes fingering her sandwich, and while Flutter's is catching her breath, he's like,
I never realized how much work you put into hosting these tea parties. I've been taking advantage of your hospitality for far too long.
oh, well, fuck me. That almost sounds like something a relatively sympathetic character would say. However, if there's one thing I know about Discord, it's that he'll give
probably
me plenty of
his
fresh reasons to
best
hate him
episode
before
here.
the episode is over.
Discord's best
so,
episode.
Dickbag here decides
So-
to actually return the favor and host the next tea jerk with Buttershush, so he goes shopping. Okay, hold on. This is a guy who can open holes in space-time and creates life to use as a towel. Are you seriously telling me he needs to run to the china shop for a tea set? Or wait, is this possibly implying that he doesn't actually create the stuff? He just summons it in from somewhere, so he can't conjure some Earl Grey because he doesn't have any in his dimensional stash?
They don't have
If that
any
were our
logic for
premise here,
Discord.
then I'd be curious as to what he does with this sheep when he's not using it. My god, look at this chick's hair. It's fucking gorgeous. Look at that layering. I don't know if I could really handle my tea bags having any kind of anthropomorphic quality, since the main event of a tea party would consist of drowning them in scalding hot water and then drinking the stewed essence of their soggy corpses. So, homeboy's chatting up Teabagger here, and she's like, wait, you're friends with Fluttershy? And he's all, yeah, why wouldn't I be? Because you're fucking weird, dude. Seriously, that's pretty much what she said, and I can't really
And she's
blame
completely
her for
right about
getting all
this.
defensive. That would kind of sting if somebody literally couldn't believe that you even hung out with the only person you actually cared about. But whatever, fuck Discord. I will admit that he's a little bit more relatable in this
Just a
episode so
scoosh,
far,
indeed.
but that doesn't give him a pass on all his previous bullshit. Ugh. This chick really needs to get the name of Teabag Stylist. Oh, sweetie, you're doing it wrong. Okay, this is the same thing as that tea thing I mentioned earlier. Why would you want a sentient pinata at your party when you're gonna beat it to death with a bat and eat its guts?
Yeah,
Can you
that
imagine
is
this poor thing
a good
lying
question.
on the ground, broken in half, its candy innards strewn all about the floor, just whispering, shoot me, like that sniper chick at the end of Full Metal Jacket? I think that'd kind of kill the mood
Pretty
at
much.
Quinceanera. Anyway, Discord's at Safeway and he runs into Ponkers and she's like, wow man, you're having Fluttershy over for tea? I've never been to your house, but I'm guessing it reeks of mid-grade scotch and dried semen. Yeah, what's
Probably.
your point? Well, I'm just saying, you might want to wash all those cum-crusted socks and hide your porn so that Fluttershy feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah,
She's
that's
gonna think
probably
I'm
a good
huge
idea.
fucking faggot. Also, how did you know about the socks? Hey bro, I shoot my wad in a sock too. How does that even work? You
what?
don't have a dick. Well, not when I'm out walking around town. You know, I thought this whole thing with Discord talking to himself was just his rampant narcissism, but then I saw this. Judging by where he lives and how infrequently we see him, Discord clearly spends most of his time alone, and I'm guessing that having a few clones of yourself to chat
thanks
up
for
would
that.
be nice when you go days on end without talking to another actual person. And this guy's all, dude, she's gonna dump you if she sees this shit. And Discord's like,
I was trying to make the tea party different and special, like me. But all I did was make it chaotic and weird, like me.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm starting to feel for the guy. Wait. No.
Yeah.
This is Discord. He's the one character I can rag on without remorse because he's just an
Indeed.
impenetrable wall of ego, right? Yeah, I know. He has quote-unquote insecurities, but it's always just bratty jealousness or indignation at not being the center of attention. But this seems different. He actually seems like a person, a very lonely person who's terrified of alienating one of his precious few friends. Anyway, Discord decides to try and be annoying and quickly realizes that in order to succeed, he's gonna have to change literally everything about himself and his life. And all I can say is, I've been there. So Butterball comes over and they're having tea together, and she's like, "Yo, man, did you spike this tea with something?" No, why? Because you're looking pretty faded, dude. Whoa, what the hell? I was just trying to act normal. Yeah, and now you're disappearing because normal doesn't exist. Wait, it doesn't? The kind of normal you're trying to pull off, like not being eccentric or quirky in any way?
That kind of normal doesn't real.
Yeah, there are people who make a concerted effort to avoid anything new or unusual or different, but that isn't fucking normal. Those are the weirdest, creepiest people of all, and every time I meet someone who likes things quiet and boring all the time, I can't stop wondering how many little kids they have tied up in their basement. But dude, you're like that.
4?
Did you ever wonder what happened to Twist? Okay, so if normal doesn't exist, then why does everyone always tell me I'm so weird and act all uncomfortable around me? Because you're an asshole.
Yes.
You think I'm an asshole?
Yes.
Not to me, but to everyone else, yeah, and that's what I was getting to. There's no such thing as normal
also
when it
an
comes
asshole
to
to
shit you like
Fluttershy.
to do or talk about, but the one metric for normalcy that should and
To some
ultimately
degree.
does matter is not being a dick. If you're just a chill guy who makes an effort to get along with people, then no worthwhile person is gonna care if you're into weird shit, and sometimes it can even be the coolest part about you. Wow, so you're saying I can be eccentric as long as I'm not a douche? Yeah, if you're cool and you can handle the bands. Also, make sure you aren't a fat, socially awkward spurg who never showers or shaves and spends all his time talking about cartoons and video games. Ah, come on,
Who
Fluttershy,
would do
those
that?
kinds of people don't exist. Well, not in Equestria anyway, because
Indeed.
they don't belong here.
So yeah, kinda like I expected. He didn't brag that much on Discord in
I
this
will
episode.
admit that he's a little more relatable in this
No, take.
episode so far. Ow, I fucking bit my mouth. Oh, God, I fucking bit the inside of my cheek. Jesus Christ, ow, fuck, ow.
That hurts. That is unpleasant.
Okay, need a little more beer. Oh, that was fucking catastrophic.
That was unexpected. But yeah, as I was saying, kind of like I expected, he didn't drag on Discord that much in this episode. Because yeah, he wasn't. Discord was not a complete dick in this episode. That's why I say it's probably the best reformed Discord episode. Had they started with him like that, I would have less of a problem with him. I still would have a lot of problems with him from a narrative standpoint. The usual problem of having a creature that can pretty much solve every problem because it has godlike powers that have no proper limits established, that can solve every problem, and the writers always either completely ignore his existence, like in season 7 finale, the movie, or have to make up some shit to disable his powers temporarily, like in the season 6 finale. So yeah, that problem still exists, and that will always bother me about Discord no matter what they do. But, nice recap, DWK was a lot softer on this episode than I expected, but then again, it's a pretty good episode, so yeah. So, let's move on to a more controversial episode apparently. There are apparently a lot of people who hated the upcoming episode, Fame and Misfortune. I don't know why, I really liked it. Yes, it was a bit meta, and in parts it felt a bit too meta for my tastes, but then again, I still liked it very much. So I'm interested to see how DWK takes on this episode. So here we go, Fame and Misfortune.
My emotions, darling. Stress.
Yeah, indeed. Can't wake up.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah, we hate you too. Yes, of course. Since Rarity is his waifu, he's
So,
going to be
Twilight's on her way
mad
back
about
from
this.
her weekly horn polishing session with Princess Celestia when she sees these two little fillies trying to cream pie each other. Now, she sits him down and explains that that's not something you should do in public.
Yep, probably
but it
not.
gives her an idea.
Of
so
course.
she rounds the girls up and holy shit, it's the old journal. And I'm just like, man, I've still got some of my old Playboys from middle school and they're in better shape than this
Yeah,
thing.
it's
and
in really
Rarity's like,
disgusting shape.
Why is it so smelly?
no, this is the part where I'm supposed to go all wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and be like, well, that's something you never want to hear your waifu say, am I right?
Yeah.
But fuck that, I'll take it. If we even got to the point where she's looking at it and not screaming, I must have done something right. And Twilight's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you guys, how did you fuck our book up so badly? This is a record of the most defining moments of our lives together, and you treated it like a jizz rag. Yeah, we put all our love into it. Pinky,
Yeah,
that's gross.
that's
Anyway,
disgusting.
Starlight just happens to know a spell for reblogging books, so I'm sending one to each of you. You know,
How
Twilight,
convenient.
that seems like the kind of spell you would know, doesn't it? No. Remember, guys, Starlight is me now. I'm Celestia, and Celestia's a really nice lady. Yes, that.
Yes.
Let's go with
Let's
that.
go with
Anyway,
that.
I was
Of
thinking,
course.
like, why don't we put this shit on the internet? I feel like people might be able to learn something from it. And it's like, well, I guess that'd be fine as long as the folks who read it are intelligent, reasonable people, and we aren't overly sensitive about any feedback we might receive. And AJ's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Don't you think letting a bunch of strangers read our most intimate personal thoughts might bite us in the ass somehow? Like, we already get enough attention as it is. What if everyone starts bugging us about it all the time
Yeah.
or fucking around in our personal lives? And Dash is like, dude, AJ, what are you so worried about? You make it sound like our only audience is going to be the most obnoxious and socially inept people in Equestria. Yeah, that's true. No reason to assume a worst case scenario, right? So they published their book on
And
the
it
Pony
gets
Internet,
even
and
worse.
Twiggy runs into AB, who's fucking stoked because it's helping them sell tickets for their spring break butt stamp beach camp, and she's all.
The purpose of the journal isn't supposed to be marketing.
And for
Yeah,
some reason, all of a
the
sudden,
joke
I got
is a bit
this sinking
weird.
feeling in my stomach, and I felt a little nauseous. But whatever, it's probably just that family-sized bag of frozen tendies and one too many beers. Anyway, so Glimmy's filling in for Spike this episode, and they're on their way home, and they run into a group of annoying, awkward faggots. Huh. I wonder who these guys are supposed to represent.
Oh.
I'm going to dispense with the act. We all know what this episode is and what's going on here. Remember back in season 6 when we had that episode and I said we've
yeah.
reached the singularity?
I think
who
he
knew it
doesn't
was
like it.
fucking possible, but we've gone beyond. That singularity has destabilized the flow of space-time, and now we're in some Donnie Darko-style tangent universe, and frankly, I'm just waiting for the fucking jet engine to crash through my roof and release me from this hell.
There is no release.
It was supposed to be a dream. For 22 minutes a week, I didn't have to worry about the fact that I'm a 30-year-old man who spends every waking moment jacking off and watching cartoons. I could almost believe that there's some sort of intrinsic morality and virtue in this world and that I might be capable of understanding and living by it. But I didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve it. We were just too fucking autistic, weren't we? We didn't learn the lessons they were trying to teach us. We just obsessed over and whined about a bunch of extraneous details. So in order to plant the ideas, they had to go one level deeper. They
Oh,
created
wow.
a book, a representation of this show within the cartoon itself, accompanied by projections of us, and then used the interactions of these two constructs to mimic our own relationship with the show. Don't you see? It's autismception. So Twigglywigs and Glimmyglam run into Butterball, and she's just getting fucking reamed by these guys here, and she's like, guys, I don't get it. You're bitching at us over a bunch of irrelevant minutia and completely ignoring the actual message of the book. And they're like, oh my god, guys, look, she's mad. She can't handle criticism. I'm not mad. I'm just trying to get you to
You
look
mad.
at the actual
You're totally
point
mad.
of the thing, because I think you could actually learn something from it. Now she's mad and making excuses. We win. We won an argument against a famous person. Jesus Christ, never mind. Then they go to check on Rarity, and okay, I take back every other time I've used this caption. This is where it belongs. And she's all darling, but dude, people are saying mean things about me on the internet. What do I do? And Twilight's like, just ignore
Yeah,
them, man. What
probably.
does that even mean? Like, just don't talk to them. Okay, so I type out my reply and I hit post. Where does the ignoring come in? No. You just have to not reply. But if I don't
Yeah.
reply, how will I tell them they're wrong?
Rarity
You
isn't
don't.
just that kind of
Fucking
person.
make any sense. No, it makes sense. You're just acting like a fucking lunatic. And then AJ's like,
I'm popular, Twilight. I'm popular and I don't like it one bit.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we know we're in a tangent universe. People actually appreciate Applejack. So basically, every member of the cast has some sort of nervous breakdown, and Twi's like, dude, this is all my fault. And Glamour's like, it's not your fault specifically. Well, then whose is it? Literally everyone.
Yes,
Those guys
everyone
out
else
there
is
are
at
a
fault.
bunch of whiny, belligerent spurgs, and you guys are all being a bunch of pussies. When you put something out on the internet or any kind of content anywhere, really, people are gonna criticize it. And of course, when that happens, you're gonna defend it. Thing is, no part of this process has to devolve into a screaming match as long as you aren't faggots about it. This
Yeah,
doesn't
but
have
everyone
to
on
be
the
a
internet
disaster,
is.
But the people following you around and dissecting this shit are socially retarded, and you guys are way too fucking sensitive. So wait, you're saying that the solution to this problem is that everyone involved just needs to grow the fuck up and relax?
Probably.
Exactly. So there's no actual solution then? Nope, it's gonna keep happening forever, and we're all fucked.
Yes,
Then these
indeed.
guys show back up, and they're like,
We just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Yeah, our friendship? Well, we were having trouble until we read your journal. It showed us that friends can go through all sorts of tough times and come through stronger than before.
see, my dude, you're looking at this all wrong. Yeah, having a bunch of fans might be a pain in the ass sometimes, and yeah, a lot of them will be annoying, shitty, autistic sacks of cocks, but it's all worth it in the end because some of those
Great
fans
description.
will give you something so valuable and meaningful that it justifies all the bullshit you have to go through to reach them. They'll give you money.
Yeah. So he went pretty meta on that episode. I guess that was to be expected. But at least he didn't seem to hate it. No, he is more on the side of ragging on those people who took this episode way too seriously, and yeah. I don't really want to go into detail here. I mean, you probably have all seen it, you probably all have your own opinion on this episode and the quote-unquote drama surrounding it. I gotta say, I kinda agree with DWK's stance here on this situation, and yeah, it's not really much to say here, so I'll just cut it short here. So next time we'll probably be looking at episodes 15, Triple Threat, and 17, To Change a Changeling, because apparently there is no recap for episode 16. Of course, if there will be a recap for the episodes 11, 13 or 16, we will look at them next time. Otherwise, it will be 15 and 17. Like I already said, I'm repeating myself. Therefore, as always, I have been Stratagem, thanks for watching and see you next time.